Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today as we continue our webinar series on collaboration design with G Suite. Today, we're going to go over one of Google's most powerful tools, if you ask me, which would be Google Drive in real time. Really a game changer. Let me go ahead and introduce my fellow presenter as well as myself today. We have with me Change Management Extraordinaire, Austin Leone, and myself, Rico Marquina. I am one of our Google Cloud and G Suite consultants here at Wursta. Really excited to share with you today some of the powerful tools and functionality behind Google Drive. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
All right, thanks, Rico, and welcome, everyone. I like to think that we all have a reason for being here today. So whether your organization has maybe a strategic business opportunity like increasing innovation or productivity, maybe you're adapting to this new remote environment that we're all working in, maybe you're solving a specific business case like reducing licenses or costs, increasing security, or maybe you're working on consolidating some of the tools that your employees are using. So no matter what has brought you here, I like to think that Wursta can help. Our collaboration design team can partner with you to provide advisory services. So running a proof of concept, defining opportunities, building a business case or project planning. We can implement G Suite, so we are G Suite experts. We can help you transform your business processes to maximize your return on investment in this technology change. And then finally, we are a long-term partner. So the business relationship with us does not end once a project is complete. We do have a dedicated team of support professionals here to help you with technical issues, and we offer long-term technical and change management expertise to help you meet any goals that you have in your business. And Google has developed a really robust set of applications for achieving these goals. So starting with the tools that we all know and love, G Suite includes communications and productivity applications that are designed to provide a really seamless experience jumping from one application to another throughout the workday. So often I'm emailing with a coworker or chatting with someone, and I think, you know what, let's just hop on a call and work through this document together. And G Suite makes it so easy to engage in those really high fidelity interactions, like you're in the same room really with every single person at your business. And these are tools that can really help to take our projects a step further, and as it says here, really bring them to life. Google also has a variety of security tools, and I don't want to get too deep into these and spoil our sessions for tomorrow and Friday, so stay tuned into our webinar series to see how you can use Google's entire suite of security tools to maintain everything that is important to you. But for today's session, we're just going to be focusing on Google Drive use cases, stories from existing customers about their move to Drive, and some of our favorite features. And with that, I'm going to hand this over to Rico, who's going to tell you all a little bit more about Google Drive.
Absolutely. Thanks, Austin. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and set the table for the main functionality behind Google Drive. As we see here, we're not always in the same place. Sometimes folks are on PTO, but they're still part of a project. And when something is extremely critical, we need that same level of access, no matter what device they're on, where that person is, especially when the team is dispersed, right? So anytime, anywhere, any device by anyone. And as we see here, we're not having to download a file natively, save that, and then re-upload it with the changes we made. It literally is updating in real time, which is really a game changer. Obviously, it's showing how secure it is, but just establishing that our workdays all differ and no one size fits all. So we need it to be accessible no matter where you are, right? You might be this guy on the bike and we need you. So hopefully you can pitch in and collaborate if that's the case. Google Drive really makes it easy, and it doesn't require too much training since it's very user-friendly, as we know Google always has been. So just establishing some of the ways that Google Drive is extremely powerful and helps you collaborate as a team in real time. Perfect. So common use cases that I just mentioned, we are very much a mobile world. We do not work out of our mobile devices, but we do need that type of access just in case, right? So you can access and edit your files from just about anywhere, whether it's an iPad, your personal mobile device, a Chromebook, or a PC. So it is built for teams to be able to share those files regardless of the device, and we can definitely collaborate in that securely. More importantly, we can collaborate with that in real time, knowing that your files are safe and you're not going to encounter some of the issues of the past where, your computer, your device crashes on you, and hopefully you saved it, because if you didn't, you're kind of out of luck. That just does not happen in Google. And, that peace of mind goes a long way, especially when that project is critical. Here comes trouble, right? Issue number one of the things that I've heard and that we have customers tell us all the time is, let's say your business is based, in this example, out of Europe. As you grew and as you expanded, they ended up having IT work out of Singapore, often offshore, right? They do have satellite offices in Latin America, while the majority of their business happens here in the US. So you tell me what time zone you're going to set the meetings for, right? Good luck with that. The beauty of it is we can make the meetings just about whenever, but the document itself and the project will not be held up while you're waiting on everybody to agree on a time. We can go ahead and let certain teams work on the project whenever it's convenient to them, whenever, during normal business hours to that particular team, but still not be held up as the project can continue moving.
Yep. And this is one of the issues that hits really close to home for me personally. So prior to coming to Wursta, my background is actually in working with clients that have multi-location businesses to help drive their operational changes. And this is something that I've heard just time and time again. So locations are siloed, files are siloed, everyone is using different materials and processes at different locations to accomplish the exact same task. So these things might be happening behind the scenes, but they do have a real impact on your bottom line. So when your business does lack standardization and your employees lack access to resources, that's going to lead to variability in the quality of the products and services that you're able to provide. And Google Drive is going to help your business to circumvent these issues entirely with its cloud-based file storage system. And hopefully you can see some of that in our nifty video here. So it is super easy to manage which individuals and teams have access to files, and it's easy to set their level of access, making onboarding a breeze. Because all of your files are stored in the cloud and not in local or on-premise network storage, they can be accessed by employees located anywhere in the world. On top of that, Google makes sure that all the changes are saved in real time, so there's never any confusion about whether an asset or resource is up to date, and it's super easy to review all of the changes that have occurred in a document at any time. And then finally, when employees are in areas without reliable internet access, they will still be able to access their files in offline mode, making work possible even under unpredictable conditions.
Here comes trouble again, right? And this one is definitely something that we all did not expect. Issue number two, working remotely has definitely become the new normal, right? The continuation of your business may very well depend on how quickly and efficiently your workforce is able to collaborate. Like I mentioned earlier, no matter where they are, no matter what device they do have access to, no matter what time of day or night. This particular statistic is really eye-opening because prior to COVID-19, only about 3.5% of folks were working from home, which, isn't too big, but now we're easily, about a third of the US workforce is working from home. And granted, this statistic was taken at the end of May. So here we are mid-June. I would be willing to say that by the end of the year, that number is going to look like more than 50%. And hopefully it does, right? In case this type of thing ever were to happen again, COVID-20, COVID-21, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen, but we need to get ahead of the curve. And in issue number two, we look at that reality and we look at the tools that Google has to see how can we be better prepared if ever another pandemic or anything were to cause interruptions in our business. And for the solution, I will leave that to Austin.
Thanks, Rico. So real-time collaboration with Google is, to me, one of the coolest features and something that I'm always excited to share. So the truth is that any activity in which more than one person is going to be working on or reviewing a document, it can be done faster and better with Google's real-time collaboration tools. And you can see some of that here. So Google Docs, this lets teams, build out their meeting agenda and take notes collaboratively. So you can just simply create a document, share it with others, and then ask your collaborators to add their agenda items to that document before the meeting. This has saved so many employees, at least maybe an hour every week, and unnecessary emails or in-person meetings to update content. Sheets, this is a great tool for project managers who want to be able to create project plans and financial proposals. And as an example of this, our existing clients know that we at Wursta use Sheets to track everything from project workflows, milestones, issues, impacts, and even just to provide project status information on every single project that we do. And being able to work with external users and collaborate in the same sheet makes us more effective and ensures that everyone is always on the same page. And if you are in a role in which you're creating proposals or presentations, Google Docs and Slides can save you hours, if not days, by decreasing the amount of time spent sending around files. So we are able to cut hours off of the time that it takes to produce even presentations like the one you're seeing today, thanks solely to the fact that our entire team can work together in a document at the same time. It's really been a game changer for us. And all of this, as Rico said, is available to employees whether they're on laptops, tablets, or even their smartphone, making it really easy to jump from one device to another whenever you need to throughout the day.
Yep, absolutely. Here comes trouble again, y'all. Number 3, security issues and shared storage. So as Austin mentioned, all of these files that can be collaborated on real time, specifically financial information, just because we have one central repository for the business doesn't mean that we want every employee to have access to all of those files, right? So let's say that your business houses all files in that shared network storage. You're then able to compartmentalize and share certain access permissions by organizational unit, by department, right? Specifically, if you have sensitive employee information, you may only want HR to have access to that. You may have financial information in sheets that only the finance department should really be able to access. So we are able to take that granular sharing permission to another level with Google Drive. And with another solution, here's Austin.
Yep, so Rico really said it. I think one of the best things about Google Drive is that granular security setting. We have a little video here, so I'm gonna, oops, click that. All right, so truly it's just such a game changer. I think even internally here at Wursta, it's extremely simple for us to keep our files separate that belong to our leadership team, our operations team, our sales team, or other audiences, just from the rest of our company as needed. So Google Drive is all about breaking down silos, but in some cases, we really do need to keep confidential or legally protected information separate from general employee access. And setting this up is really as easy as you can see in the video here. So it's super simple to provide access to individuals and even entire teams using the share feature. The See Details feature is also one of my favorites. You can see that happening right now. So you can see that just hovering over a person's name and icon there, that's gonna allow us to see who has access and what their level of access is. And then also using the See Details feature, we can easily review all of the document edits, comments, and views and see which individuals are working in our files and see who is responsible for each actions. And these are just a few, I think, of many examples of features that are available in G Suite to help secure your users and your data. Right, Rico?
Absolutely, I would agree. And today we didn't want to inundate folks with information. We really are just showing some of the lowest hanging fruit, some of the ways that Google can make a difference to you starting right now, right? There are so many things that Google can do to help ease a lot of pain points. Specifically, we have a whole webinar series for a reason. So the 3 examples today aren't just all that Google Drive does, but we're definitely happy to set aside some time to connect with you at your convenience and tell you more. The webinar series is not over. As Austin mentioned, tomorrow's is actually going to provide a lot of value if security is important to you, right? We do have a couple of security webinars coming up. I will also be presenting during the employee portals and chat, which is also extremely useful. But certainly hope that you join us for these other webinars as well, as today, again, we just wanted to provide some of the key examples for Google Drive, but that doesn't mean that this is all it does. We certainly look forward to partnering with you. We hope that you're able to take this information and start asking yourself, well, what solutions can I derive from this? Are there pain points that I'm dealing with unnecessarily? Right? Like I mentioned, it's not a long time to roll this type of stuff out. We can literally solve this in a matter of a couple of days. Get you trained, get your team up to speed. Change management extraordinaire Austin can certainly help speed that up. But the beauty of it is it's Google. At some point or another, hopefully we're all familiar with the consumer version of Google and Gmail. And the tools really aren't that complicated to learn, right? We all love anything that's user friendly, and Google really has made it extremely user friendly. And more importantly, it has Google's top notch security, which is second to none in the industry. Here is our information. Certainly hope that you jot it down, especially if you have curiosities as we're talking that are kind of already coming to mind. And we would love to connect with you and see how we can help answer those questions.
And speaking of questions, if anyone wants to hang around after the session, if you have any questions about Google Drive, Rico and I are both available here to answer any of your questions and then help you just kind of get on your way.
Awesome, guys. I did see one question. Is there a way for folks to take advantage of like Google Drive without being on a full, having the whole organization use all Google for email and everything? Or is this just part of the whole package?
That is a great question. And we actually get this question quite a bit, right? Especially if you've been on a certain other platform for email, for a couple of decades now. So overhauling your entire email platform is probably not going to happen. But you would love to take advantage of what we call the collaboration suite, which are the particular tools we've shown today: Google Drive, Google Sheets, Google Docs, the actual Google Slides that we're using for this presentation. It does come as a standalone package. It's called G Suite Essentials. And we really took just those tools that are essential for business continuity and to actually take advantage of real-time collaboration without having to do a complete overhaul of your Gmail or your mail platform. So that is an option. You do not have to have your entire organization, on it. However, for the collaboration piece, you would have to have the folks that'll be collaborating have a license. So specifically in this example, let's say that you just want your research and development team to be able to collaborate in real time and take advantage of some of these tools. And let's say that particular group of people is maybe 5 individuals compared to the 1,000 people in your organization. You would only need 5 licenses of G Suite Essentials, and they could get on their way and start collaborating today. It's really a very quick implementation period. It might even take us longer for the training piece than it would the actual implementation. But yeah, that is definitely an option, and it's actually something we're seeing more of post-COVID. Great question, though. Thanks, David.
Fantastic. Well, that's the only question that I see from the audience right now. As we mentioned, we will be sharing the recording tomorrow morning, so keep your eyes peeled for that email. We want to thank you guys for attending, and we look forward to seeing you on the next webinar.
Excellent. Thanks so much, everybody.